Okay, guys, welcome to another episode of Thrive Talks. It's your host Bikram. We got Jermaine and we got Drew. And today I was thinking about redefining yourself. I see and I hear so many great individuals that don't get stuck in one, way of life or one profession or one style. Like the greatest of the greatest are always redefining themselves. What does that mean to you? What does like redefining yourself mean?
It means taking on new challenges and not being afraid to do so. Um, you redefine yourself every time you do something new, and we've talked about this many times. But getting you can't get your hand, you can't clean your, you can't wash your hands until you get your hands dirty. And that's one thing I always live by. You got to put in the work, and challenging yourself on a daily basis doesn't matter if it's one way or another. As long as it's something new, you're going to evolve in many ways, and sometimes you don't realize that you're evolving. Sometimes it takes years for you to realize that what you've been doing all along has been exactly what you needed to be doing. So I just think you got to continue to take challenges, create challenges too. Don't wait on people to bring you challenges. Don't wait on opportunities. Sometimes you got to create them. And I'll leave it at that for now because I always feed off this guy when he he always opens new doors.
Right, right. Jay, like what is redefining yourself? Like what does that even mean?
When you're talking about redefining yourself, you're thinking about being that new character. You know, you start off a certain way. And as you say, for example, we're in the gym. You enter the gym a certain way. You enter the gym overweight, underweight, weak, no confidence, nothing at all. And then as you start getting that gym, you start becoming a new individual.
Yeah.
You're building yourself up. Every time you work out, you're building yourself up. So you're now redefining who you are. I'm not that man no more. Man, I remember I used to be skinny. I'm not skinny no more. I remember I used to be fat. Oh, I'm not fat no more. You redefine yourself. So when I think about redefining yourself, I say, who do you see yourself being and work your way towards it? Or you see where you're at and you work your way back. Either way, you're working towards a goal. So when you're redefining yourself, you're becoming your best version. Everybody talking about their best life, but are you the best you? I want to live my best life, but are you the best you? If you become the best you, then you have the best life. So every day you must work on yourself. Who you were yesterday, we don't we don't throw it away. You know, like we talked about last time, the foundation, we don't throw it away. We build on top of it. So, you know what? I was a good version of myself. Tomorrow will be better. The tomorrow after that, I will be better. So redefining it to me is improvement. It's constant improvement. It's not throwing away who you are because you had great qualities as well. We want to build on top of it. And that's the critical element. You want to build on top of who you are. So if someone sees you 2 years ago, I don't recognize that man because that man became different.
Hmm.
He's a new, improved version of who you're supposed to be. And the last thing is, when you're talking about yourself, can you be the best self to ever live? We don't say, can you be the best person because you're comparing. Can you be the best self?
Like the best you.
The best you? Can you keep doing that?
Mm.
So I keep saying is, I said, if I lived to 70, I should be better than what I was at 69. If I lived at 82, I should be better than when I am at 70. When I'm at 90, I should be better than I was at 25. But people keep looking back when they're 25 and that was their best version. So you wasn't redefining yourself. You wasn't improving because days went by and even your physical may not be up to the standard that you were at 20, but your mind is from experience.
When I was thinking about this morning, it's like a lot of people, and myself included, have let the past define me, right? So I'm not redefining myself because I'm actually being stuck in the past mistakes or what I did in the past or that was me then. And it's stopping me from growing in the ways I could be today moving forward. like even on this podcast, like I'm Bikram, the podcast guy. You know what I mean? And that's what I am today. And but a few months ago, this is not what I was doing,
Yeah.
right? So it's just about clicking in. I was hearing someone talk about it yesterday, how there's so many versions of you.
Mhm.
There's a billionaire version of you. There's a poor version of you. There's a version of you that's a podcast host. There's a version of you that's a musician, you know? And it's just about clicking into that self of, you know, that self and start thinking in those ways because it all exists. But you have to actually believe that you are this thing. If you don't believe, then those ideas and thoughts won't come to you and you'll block yourself off. You'll limit yourself from what you could be and what you really are. I wanted to ask because
I got something to add. Sorry.
yeah, go ahead.
I think people have stagnant views of us. So whoever they knew you as when they hung out with you, that's who they believe you are today because years went by and they still have this image of who you are. And you know, for perfect examples, when I used to like live that party life, all the people that were with me then, that's who they think I still am. So that's why, you know, people might talk shit, people
Mm.
might say something, but it doesn't add up because the way I'm living my life now. And it's like, that's something we can't control. We can control how we view ourselves though. So
Yeah.
when you go in the mirror in the morning and you look at yourself, you have to look and know you are not that man anymore. You're not that person anymore. And even as a father, like wherever I fell, I know damn well I'm a way better father now.
For sure.
And the other thing is, we talked about you know, the gym. That's huge because I've been in that battle so many times, and I've only failed myself. I never failed. I actually achieved shit. I just let things go because I had stupid excuses that I allowed to come in, and you know, just that evil that we allow, the negativity that we allow to sink in. But I redefined myself every time I got back on, and continued to pursue whatever it was I wanted to do. And ultimately, when you don't give up, and for every day that you continue the fight, you are literally drinking the juice towards being a greater person.
Sure. Because nothing is always the same. If I leave this city and I leave it for 30 years and I come back, it will be different. When I look at the city now, it's not the same as when I grew up
Mhm.
at all. And not in a good way. It's a little bit worse.
Yeah.
So it's either you're getting better or you're getting worse, but it never stayed the same.
Mm.
So someone can leave the city and still have a recollection of what the city used to look like because they haven't seen them in that long.
Mm.
And when they come back and they're like, wow, this has changed.
Mhm.
That's what they need to say about you. They should say, I haven't seen you in a while. Wow,
Mm.
a lot has changed. Yeah, sure, a lot has changed, brother. Right before I was maybe not in shape. I'm in shape now.
Mhm.
Before maybe I wasn't taking care of myself. I do now.
Mhm.
Maybe, you know what, I was in bad relationships and I would tolerate certain things. I don't do that no more
Yeah.
because I'm redefined. I am different now.
Mhm.
So when you're talking about time that goes by, they should see time with improvement. I never want to see somebody else and they're like, yeah, you're the same as you were. That means I got worse
Mhm.
because I let days go by
Not that bad.
and I didn't get any better. So when you're talking about defining yourself, you're saying, who do I want to be? Who in the hell do I want to be, man? Because this is your life. Who do you want to be remembered by? You know, a lot of times I get thoughts when I go to a funeral, spurs on things. And it says, okay, this person now is laying in the casket and they're no longer here. And what do we remember them by?
Mm.
So when I am there at one point in time, what they gonna remember me? Are they gonna say, yeah, man, that what the guy was continuously trying to improve?
Mm.
Or was it a guy that just quit?
Mm.
You know, I spoke to some guy the other day and I said, man, certain things happen. And that is a point where you can now define who you are.
Mm.
But some people do act like victims.
Yeah.
They act like they can't improve.
They're almost comfortable playing the victim.
Yes.
Right. And then it's messed up because obviously people around you can be the problem, but a lot of the times you yourself is the problem. Right? Your own negative thoughts, you're giving into your own negative thoughts. Now you're letting them spin and letting them cycle, and that's actually bringing a bad vibe on you directly.
Mhm.
And to that, like, you know, even for myself, I've been busy last few days. I didn't get a chance to really work out. I feel it. I really do. And I know when I get the gym later today, it's gonna be relieving because I'm gonna work that negative vibe right off.
For
me,
sure.
right? And I'm gonna start cycling into positive me.
For sure.
And I love what you said, Jay, because you're not staying the same. Like you're not staying the same. You're either getting better or you're getting worse.
That's it.
So what side you on?
You know, it's certain things you got to look at it. I can't play middle no more.
Yep.
I'm done playing the middle. You know, and when you get to a final end point, say if you get sickness, you get to the point where like, okay, either I'm living or dying. I can't be in the middle. Well, I want to do this a little bit. No. You better be over here, or you gonna be over here.
Mm.
So the same thing in your life. It's like, are you getting better? Or are you getting worse? You cannot be thinking I'm in the middle and I'm improving.
Yeah.
Because that ain't happening.
No, it's so crazy you say this too, because don't do anything half-assed, right? Like you're killing your own time and everyone else's time too. Like if I'm trying to do this and I'm half-assing it, I'm not getting better. You're not getting better. You're not getting better. We're all actually getting worse progressively, and it's just bad. All in all, it's just a bad recipe.
See, the reason why I love the gym, you know, so because I'm training a few people, but at the gym, but I see them getting better that I'm
Yes.
training, and I'm like, I said, we're gonna have everybody in the gym over here in a minute
Mhm.
because we're getting better. So what was funny was, girl I was training yesterday, somebody walks up to her and she's like, would you consider going into a show?
Mhm.
She's like, no, I don't really do that. So, and then she tells me this. I said, what did she say? She said, would you consider going to a show? Her. I said, damn, we're getting that good? We're getting that good that now they're considering you going to the show?
Mhm.
I said, before you just wanted to be average.
Right.
Now they're talking about you being in the show.
Mhm.
I think we're doing something right because you see the continuous progress. You see some people in the gym getting better. You see them. I watch them like, yeah, man, you're getting better. I don't know what he's trying to do. His focus is, it might be to gain more weight, muscle, get shredded, get cut, but you see it. And then you see a lot of people just there. So you're like, man, you're like, yeah, you're going in here, you're working out, but how come you're not getting any improvement? That's in your life. Are you improving or are you not? And if you're not improving, figure out a way how to.
Mm.
Because the plan that you're working is not working. Get rid of that plan. We're not saying you're trying, but you're not trying.
Right.
You're not doing it the right method.
Right. Or directing your energy in the wrong place.
Or exactly. So sometimes we have something that's stopping us from redefining ourselves. It's something that we got to get rid of.
How do you recognize that the current self-image I have is not working for me no more?
I mean, for me personally, it's like I keep plateauing.
Huh.
So I just stay there. Can't lose weight, can't gain. Just stay there right there. So for me, I have to ask myself, what are my goals?
Mhm.
My goals are what they were when I started losing weight. But now that I've plateaued, have I revised my goals? And that's the thing you're talking about redefining. I recently changed my goal. My goal is not a certain weight anymore. My goal is to look decent when I'm sitting down. Because when you're sitting down, all your shit's bunched up.
Yeah.
You look bigger.
Yeah.
So I want to look like Jay does when I'm sitting down. That's
Okay.
my goal. So I have a new goal now. It's more of an exciting goal. It's more of an interesting goal.
Right.
And now I want it more.
I want to be the best
So I
looking.
lit a fire under myself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No more numbers.
I want to be the best looking guy sitting down ever existed in life.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
No, you know
That's a dope goal.
But the thing is, what makes
It's a
me
dope goal.
I know what makes me stay on my goals.
Right.
It's because every time I wake up in the morning, I know I got better.
Yeah.
Every time I look in that mirror,
Mm.
I say, "Damn, I'm getting better, bro."
Yeah.
Like, so why do I want to mess up a day?
Yeah.
So I don't get that same feeling in the morning.
Mm.
That same feeling, it can't be replaced. Because every time I wake up, I'm like,
Damn.
I'm a bad motherfucker. Damn, I'm a bad motherfucker, right?
Yeah.
So that constant improvement,
Yeah.
and constantly, you're looking at yourself and you're seeing yourself transform before your eyes. And you're like, this is the vision I'm seeing. And then as you start getting closer, your momentum picks up more because you're like, I'm out of the tunnel now and I can see the light. But I had to redefine myself in the dark. Right? So if you think about that, in the dark was when it was redefined. The dark is when it changed. Everybody wants to change in the light. No, I was changing when y'all was asleep.
Damn.
I was changing when y'all was thinking about changing. Instead of me thinking about it, I put my feet on the ground and I just did it. That's what change is. You got to change who you're around, the things that you eat, the things that you listen to, the things that you do. Some people want to make a change, but they can't get rid of that one thing that's stopping them to make a change. So, for example, we're talking about, say, if I'm in the gym, I know a girl and she's like, she works out 5 times a week, right? She eats good pretty much every day. But the one thing that's slowing her down is the wine. It's like, I can't give up that. Well, then you can't get better. Because you took it as far as you could with the wine. Now it's time to get rid of it.
Time to make the shit lighter.
It's time to make a dip. You know, that's where the change is going to be.
Yeah.
But you don't want to redefine yourself in that aspect. You want to be the same. You want to be that fit person drinking that damn wine. And that ain't the truth. You ain't going to be that fit person drinking the wine. But the thing is, what's messed up, when you watch a commercial, they got a bunch of fit people drinking the wine.
Bam.
But it's not the truth. So when you redefine yourself, you redefine your habits.
Yo, that's funny because even like McDonald's commercials,
They're all fit.
bro, they all look good. It's like, for real, I'm gonna look like you if I eat this burger.
I'm a head there right now.
Right? So that's it. Right? So that's the same.
Yo, ma, it's not working.
Right? So if they gave
They
you,
played me.
if they gave you an example of a person who was big, heart attack, in the hospital,
You wouldn't eat that shit.
you wouldn't eat that.
It would deter you from even going or thinking of that place.
Right.
But you got the people that looking the best, just like before. You had the people that looking the best smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Damn, cuz you gonna be skinny?
Beautiful women wearing nice clothes. They're all classy and they're smoking cigarettes.
Yeah,
You don't see that.
what do we define wine as?
that's a classy drink. Honestly, like
That's what it is.
Connoisseurs,
Yes.
rich folk.
Yeah.
You know, yes. You know, it's good for us. It's good for me.
Can you smell the aroma?
Swish it around.
But
One more time.
but it tells you that people want the easy way out.
Yeah.
When you're trying to redefine yourself, that means you're trying to eliminate, you're trying to detox from who you were. In order to detox, I got to get rid of the bullshit that's within me. So that means my habits are going to redefine me. I can't do the same thing. Why would people think in their head they can do the same thing but be someone different? I don't understand that. That means elimination. When you eliminate, that means you're going to now redefine yourself.
Eliminate and build back up.
Yes, because you're building with different bricks. You're building with different materials.
So for the people at home, that means the people around you. That
Yes.
means your own habits of waking up late or going to the club. That means your eating habits. That could mean your environment, where you're growing up, what you have in your environment. It could be any of those things. And all of those things need to be eliminated and then built back up and in the image of who you see yourself as.
Yes, because if we look at it like this, somebody could weigh 250 pounds. And that same individual could weigh 250 pounds 6 months later. And that same individual is not the same. Like, they are the same weight,
But muscle.
but their body composition is way different because what they're made of. You know, everybody says what you eat is what you're going to be. You eat, whatever you eat is what you are. So why do you keep eating bullshit and then thinking you're going to be quality? No, you're going to be a bullshit individual. That's facts.
Your thoughts aren't even going to produce.
Your thoughts are going to be off. I'm drinking liquor. I'm doing this. I'm just poisoning myself. And then I think I'm going to have something that's going to come out that's going to be prosperous. I'm putting bad seeds in the bad dirt, in the bad water, and then now I think, oh man, why is it not healthy? Why is it not changing?
Why isn't it growing?
Why isn't it growing? Because what you're putting inside is killing you. That's defining who you are.
Yeah.
What you do on a daily basis is your definition of who you are. If you keep doing bullshit every single day, I'm like, yeah, that guy's fucking full of bullshit. But if he's doing good shit every day, well, that's who he is too.
Mm.
It's either or. Be the best version of yourself.
Mm.
There is a bad version.
Yeah,
There is a bad version of me.
100%.
Where I could be doing some crazy shit. But then there's a good version where I could be doing some crazy shit, but it's good shit.
Yeah.
That's the difference. That's
Yeah.
your definition of you. Got y'all
Crazy.
thinking, man.
Huh? No, for sure. No, for sure.
You had to ponder on that one. Brother said, I was waiting to exhale.
See, like I've been trying to get my boy to join my journey, you know. I've been doing this for long enough. He sees how hard I'm fighting. And I'm trying to get him to come with me. But he said to me flat out, like, there's certain things, like, I showed him a little bit of the yes list and the no list. And there's certain things right off the bat. He's like, nope, I can't do it because I still have to eat this. Can't do this because I still have to drink every Friday. And I'm like, damn, like, all you got to do is make those little sacrifices and you can get to the next level.
And you know, the trick too is the patience.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're gonna start eating good, you're not gonna see you're gonna see results with Thriving Solutions. You can see some results. Right?
Solutions are different.
But now there's gonna be a plateau.
For sure.
There's gonna be a plateau, and then comes the actual patience.
Right.
Because damn, I'm putting this work in for a future self.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna see the results in a day or two, and it's not gonna be the same instant gratification I get from my phone, or I get from drinking, or I get from going out or chasing a girl. It's gonna be delayed gratification. And that's the trick. Like earlier this year, we're doing all these videos. Man, what the fuck's going on? Like, I don't know what's going on. Those seeds I planted then, they're sprouting today.
Yeah.
On God, they're sprouting today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the seeds I'm going to plant today, 6-7 months from now, and be like, I see them. I see them little seedlings.
Yeah, because it's the same thing. It's when you plant those seeds, when someone leaves, there wasn't a garden.
Mm-hmm.
And when you come back,
it's like, what the hell?
What happened? Yeah, time.
Yeah.
Time, patience is now changing. Now, if we didn't plant those seeds, that person goes back 6 months later, they come back, it's the same dirt.
Same dirt.
You had to plant the seed. It's the
Yeah.
same dirt.
Yeah.
Time went by, but all you had to do is just drop a little seed in there.
Yeah.
And then just let it grow, because it will. So now you're playing with time instead of playing against it. So you're like, man, time went by fast. It's like, yeah, see how fast I grew? Or you didn't do anything and time went by fast, and you go out there and there's still dirt with no seed.
Another thing I feel like people really struggle with, and I know it's an issue with me as well, was the trouble defining yourself again is because you keep thinking you're still that same person, and not like your habits, but maybe you did something wrong, right? Maybe you feel guilty about something. Maybe you feel like you failed somebody or you failed yourself, right? So how important is it to let go of that past self for that better future? And what would you say to someone that is, kind of stuck, feeling stuck in that state of mind?
Something just popped in my head just quickly. Then we can go. Everything about perspective, right? If you're writing, think about this. The teacher, you get a paper back. There's an F on it. You're like, damn, flunked that shit. Yeah, you did. But if you put one more line on it, that F goes to an A. Well, perspective. You can change anything. You can change anything to negative into a positive. That F, oh, damn, you got an A. Yeah, I did. Right? So never, ever.
Put the line back,
right?
give it back. I'm an A student.
Right? Because the thing is, too, a lot of times, a lot of things is psychology. If you think you are, that's who you are.
Right.
If you think you're not, that's who you are as well. That's why there's a kid, took his SATs. He thought he got perfect on his SATs. He thought he did. It was someone else's score. But they said it was him.
Well, yeah, you're telling me the story, right?
So he's like, damn, I've just been underachieving my whole life. I've been slacking. I am smart. I am really smart. And then after he got that, he started doing well.
Really good.
Really well. He was at the top of the class now because he had to live up to that perfect SAT. And they came back 3 years later. They said, we made a mistake. That wasn't even yours. And the person that they switched the SAT with that really did well, when he seen his SAT score, because it was low, he started doing bad. So
Wow.
everything is about perspective,
Wow.
right? If you think you are, you are. If you think you're the best businessman in the world, you probably are. Because the first thing, the hardest thing was to start with your mind, to think that. So now you're just like, I am. Like, you don't have anything, but I am. You know what? Oh, you know what? You're not fit, but I am. What do you mean? I am already fit. No, you're 500 pounds overweight. No, I am. Once that seed is planted in your mind that you can do it, that will grow. Once you put something in seed, a doubt, you know what they put? A seed of doubt. Then that seed of doubt will grow now too. So you be careful of the seeds that you plant. Is it a seed of doubt or is it a seed of growth? That kid who wasn't really smart, when he got a perfect SAT score, he said that was a seed of growth. And that other person who was actually smart, that had the SAT, that thought he did bad, he planted a seed of doubt. What are you planting every day?
Very good.
Drew, you have anything to say?
I mean, I can relate to that for sure. I've planted a lot of bad seeds in my life.
Right.
And I've also allowed other people to plant seeds, and I let their seeds grow. And I shouldn't have never done that, because exactly what happened, that delusion, because that's all it was just an illusion. None of it was facts, but I took it as it was facts because so-and-so said it, because this person said it, because the person that I actually wanted to support me didn't. And I ran with it, and I ran myself into the ground. And so once I realized that I had to tune out the universe and just listen to me and started putting in the work, I started feeling really better. I started smiling by myself. And when you get to that point, when you are smiling by yourself and no one's around to see it, that's the moment of fulfillment that you really need to grow, to get to the next level. So what I would say to the person out there that's struggling with their past, make sure it's not an illusion. Make sure you confirm that it is, bogus. It's something that is poison. Make sure that you're the one putting in those seeds and you're the one watering them yourself, because sometimes you might have the right seed, but you're allowing someone with the wrong water to water your seed. And next thing you know, your seed grows to be something you did not foresee.
And think about this. I love what Drew said, right? And it spurred on some things, right? If you think about this, just one letter switch changes everything. When we're talking about past, well, first of all, we know it's not current. Well, man, in the past, okay, what are we talking about now? It's present. So I said, okay, well, is it the past or are we talking about the past? Right? This is the past. So when we're passing towards our destiny, we're not living in the past. That means we're going backwards. Passing, we're going forwards. I passed you. Past, I'm looking backwards. So any negative, flip it. What's a negative can be a positive. You put two negatives together, like in math, you multiply them, what happens? It's a positive. Well, you start off negative. No, but we can flip it. Don't dwell on the past. Think about passing the former past.
And the future you is more important than the past you. Like, it's more important for you. It's more important for the people around you, for the world. What is your mission? Who are you trying to affect? If, we can't have, let's say Jermaine Jackson or Drew stuck in their heads about some shit that happened in the past and be like, yo, we need you now.
Yeah.
Like, get out of that headspace because we need you now. What you're going to offer the world is that so much more important than whatever happened in the past. It don't even freaking matter, right? I love that because you have to redefine yourself every day. You look at even the best careers, like Madonna redefined her whole energy, like the way she expressed herself, all these albums. Drake too, you know what I mean? Drake's probably doing it over and over again. And he's tried everything from dance hall music, singing, rapping, and probably a bunch of drill music. He's done it all and he's continuously doing so.
But you know why? Because he has the confidence to do it.
Right.
Most people are caring about what other people think. Some people probably could sing, rap, dance, do all of them. But I don't want to be known as a guy like this because I'm a, you know what I mean, I'm hardcore rap, so I can't do that because it's gonna mess with my image. There is no image. You're not defined. When you're talking about redefine, that means you just don't care who you used to be. I don't know who I am. Right? So it's like, you know what? I was a rapper. Oh, you're hardcore. You're only gonna be in the hardcore people. No. I'm gonna go do some dancing too. Screw it. Look at T.I. I'm gonna be a comedian as well. Huh? Where's this come from? You went from being this to now you're being a comedian? Because there is no limits. Every day that goes by, you can change who you were, but for the better. Or you can change what you were for the worse. I could be right now and I could be a health guy. But if I dedicate my next month to doing drugs, well, then I'm not no more a health guy.
Drug guy.
Right? I'm now changed into someone different.
He's a pharmacist.
Right?
That's what I call myself.
So exactly. So whatever you are now, in another month,
Oh man.
you can be now defined as someone different.
So never get comfortable.
Never get comfortable.
Never get comfortable because something's coming on the other end. Always. And that other person coming might just be you. It might just be a negative thought. So you have to continuously be improving. If you're not improving, you're getting worse. That's just what it is. You're either what do they say? You're either growing together or you're growing apart.
Either or.
Right? You're doing one or the other. You can do the right things. What I'm taking from this, from both of you guys, is do the right things and then deploy patience. Don't think it's all going to happen in one day, but just take your time and be easy on yourself. Time will start to work with you instead of you working against time.
Be easy. And that's the thing. I looked at one guy, I was listening, I listen to so many things. So he said, somebody was trying to lose weight. They got to a point where it was a sticking point. They said, they were doing everything right. They're working out right. They're doing everything right. And they said, you know what? The next week, I just want you to take it easy. And once they took it easy, they started getting growth. Because it's not always forced. Sometimes we want to force our way or force our will, and we want it too much. And you got to just let it come to you. You just got to let it flow. Just like if you play sport, when they say he's in the flow.
Yeah.
He's just flowing, man. He ain't trying hard.
Yeah.
It don't look like he's trying hard because he's just in a flow. But when you're not in a flow, it's like he's fighting against himself.
Right.
You're fighting like, okay, if I want to knock that guy out, and all my energy goes to knocking him out, I'm forcing it. I'm probably gonna get knocked out myself because I'm forcing the issue. You gotta wait for opportunities, keep your eyes open. When you see them, then you strike. You don't force it. You ride the wave. You don't go against it. So everything is a flow. You see, sometimes it's like, just relax, man. Because you're stressing yourself out trying to get to the goal instead of enjoying the process. And that's why they say, enjoy the journey. Because then the journey is not a hard journey because you're just enjoying it. But when you're fighting against it every day, I gotta do it. You're looking at the scale every day. I didn't lose. You're not going to.
Your stress is putting the pounds back on.
Your stress is putting the pounds on, man. Yeah. It's a combination of everything.
But as a coach, you're either gonna, push someone and you're gonna juice them, right? Or you're gonna be like, okay, take it easy. How do you, I know we've talked about this before, but how do you know as a coach to either I'm gonna push them today or I'm gonna, let the flow kind of come? And what is that balance between that flow and that push?
I had something else to say, but I was just gonna wait for you to.
Okay, I say that's your intuition. You gotta read it. You gotta read the game. You gotta read the room. I'm in a room. I'm circulating. My eyes are scanning. Where can I help? What can I do? Do I need to push? Do I need to fall back? When you're in the gym, there's points of time where you do need to work extremely hard because you have to challenge yourself. It's a different stimulus. You can't do the same thing all the time. But then you got to know how to relax, right? So I was learning about, and I'm gonna give a point here, and I don't know why I learned it, but now it's coming to the surface. When people have high blood pressure, it's one thing. It's magnesium, and what magnesium does is So you got the heart, you got the arteries. So the heart's going to pump the blood through the arteries. And if you look at it, you're going to have your vessels, right? Your blood vessels. And it's going to contract and it's going to relax. It's going to contract and it's going to relax. So when it contracts, it's pumping the blood, but it needs to relax as well. So when you lack magnesium, this won't stop. It won't relax. That's when the blood pressure skyrockets, just like a hose. When you hold the hose tight, the water won't go through.
Damn.
And it's going to burst out. So if you think about life, we're just like our organs. We're just like the heart. The heart's going to pump the blood and release. So we go hard, we push it, and we pump it. But do we release? And that's where the relaxation comes in.
And that's timing too. Because you could be like, for example, a fighter, go hard in the gym, go crazy. That's your contracting. But when it's showtime,
you got to relax.
You got to let it come to you.
Yes.
And it's the right time. If you do it at the wrong time, if you're at the showtime trying to go hard,
tighten up.
Yeah, you
that's when they say he was just tight.
He froze up.
He froze up.
Yeah, he froze
you know,
up.
right? You wrote a test. He froze up.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't relax.
Yeah.
So you got to go hard. But what they fail to do is you don't need sleep. You do need sleep to rejuvenate yourself and to recover. So then you go hard again. That's where the relaxation comes into play.
And for me, what I get out of this is I'm going to relate it to the time I got jumped and I was put in the hospital. Almost lost my eye. My balance was off. I got like 3 concussions. It was bleeding in the brain, everything. I could have died. The worst thing is I went to sleep afterwards, and that was the last thing I should have did. So when I arrived at the hospital, the guy told me how serious everything was. And then the first thing I asked him, well, can I get back in the gym? Because every day I was going to the gym at the time. I was going to the boxing gym. And it was a joke for me to even ask that because you can't even see, bro. The fuck you talking about? But anyways, so for the next 5 days straight, I'm laid up.
Right.
And I'm just, every moment I'm like, man, I need to get back in there. Like I feel like I'm slipping. Friday morning came. This happened on Saturday night. Friday morning came. Every Friday I weighed in. It was weigh-in day. I showed up that Friday for just to weigh in. I hadn't been working out for days. I lost 7.2 pounds. My muscles were more defined. And once I started healing and everything, I think I came back in the very next week. But anyways, I learned that without me even knowing, I needed a break because I was going so hard. And that break is exactly what got me through that plateau at the time that I was facing. So blessing in disguise. Obviously what happened, it was terrible. It was shitty. You know what? I'm grateful for it because when I came back, I was a beast. I had this hunger that I never had, but I also learned something about how my body works. Sometimes you do have to take a break. Sometimes what you're doing and what you think is the only way is not. And you're going to have to switch shit up. And when you do, that's when you redefine yourself. You know what I'm saying? So.
No, it's a great point, man. It's because, sometimes you push and sometimes you definitely need to relax. Same example. I can give you another example. Same thing. I was working out, training for 6 months, training 8 hours a day. I wanted to jump higher, I wanted to run faster, I wanted to do all that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I didn't really get any faster. I'm not really jumping any higher.
Shit, all that work? Shit.
Because I've been going every single day. I didn't take a day off for 6 months straight. And I went to school and they were doing the floor and I couldn't get on the court. So I had to rest. So I couldn't do anything. Mm-hmm. And after that week, I was jumping and running faster than I ever did in my life. Not even close, because I had the actual time to actually rest. So as men, sometimes we get into it and we say, go, 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 go. But when does anybody tell you to relax a bit?
Right. Phil Jackson's going to tell you.
Right? Just go, 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 go. But as you're going, you're missing everything in the journey. As you're going, you can't even recover. As you're going, you can't get no new thoughts because your mind is scrambled because you just keep going at 1,000 miles per hour.
That's so true.
If you're on the highway, that's like if I'm in the city streets, I'm driving in Windsor, I'm driving 200 miles per hour. I'm going to miss a lot of things on the way to get to my destination. I'm going to miss a lot. And that same person who took his time, who was calculated, that had his eyes open, is going to catch everything on the journey. So you got there first. But when I got there, I brought things. I brought experiences. And you just brought, you got here really quick. So take your time. That's a lesson for patience. Take your time. Enjoy it. Pick everything up as you're going through it. And don't miss anything. So I'm going to say my last point, because it's on my mind. Same thing with cancer. When I got cancer, my boy said, don't waste it. Don't waste it. Because you're going to get through it. But what are you going to learn through it? And I thought about that every single time. When I'm at the hospital, what am I learning? What am I learning when I talk to this doctor? What am I learning when I'm talking to another patient? What am I learning when I'm talking to anybody?
Or when you're by yourself and
Or
you're
when
in
I'm
your
by
thoughts.
myself. So that's where the patience comes in. Don't waste the cancer. Use it. And that's what I strive to do everything in my life. Don't waste that obstacle. Use it. Don't waste that. Don't waste that thing, that negative energy someone's putting to you. Use it for fuel. So anytime you say anything good or bad,
I'm using
it don't matter anyway because it's still in the tank. I'm still going to be driving on it because I'm going to use it, bad or good. Sometimes I do need a little bit bad, so I get fired up. Sometimes I need a little good, so I need to pat them back. That's the redefining of yourself. And when someone sees you redefining yourself, sometimes they're like, yeah, keep going, Drew. Sometimes they're like, you know what? Drew, just slow down. It's all good.
Right.
Same thing with Big. You know what? Go, keep going. Hey, man, I'm overwhelmed. Slow the fuck down. Enjoy it, brother. Because we ain't trying to get there fast.
Nah, you're going to miss everything.
We trying to get there, though.
No.
But we want to get everything when we go.
No, this is so true.
So it's like, you know, when you have those little things, say if you're watching those video games and they got them little coins and shit, right? You know, like you playing the games and you got to get the coins and whatever. You don't want to just get to the end and miss all the damn coins. You want to gather all the coins up and then get to the end.
Look how excited those kids get just for the coins.
Right? It's the gathering of nuts, the gathering of whatever. That's the fun part.
And this relates back to the comparison point we were making, days ago about comparison is the thief of joy. Because that guy that went to Toronto wanted to get there super, super fast, he's comparing himself to other people. And that has had him stop focusing on his environment, stop focusing on the actual journey and trying to rush there. He got there. And now what? Meanwhile, the guy that was actually watching everything, he picked up 3 new business ideas on the way to Toronto, found a new little, Colasantes route, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he got there on his own time. But what's the rush? Like, there's no race, man. It's a race against yourself.
And I'm going to give you one thing. And it brought up something. And when it brought up, remember when he talked about don't think about the past? Why you don't dwell on the past, right? Because why are we thinking about the past? Sometimes we're thinking about the past and saying that this took us longer. Sometimes we beat ourselves up. Yeah. I'm 40 years old. I'm 50 years old. I ain't get there yet. I'm 60 years old. I ain't get there yet. I ain't never going to get there. Yeah, you are. Just take the long route. Because when you get there, you're going to be ready. You're going to be prepared. It's going to be seasoned. He asked me, he's like, man, we went to this one place. Like, how's the chicken fall off the bone? I said, because they cooked it long.
Facts. Yo, facts.
Right. Yo, if it's quick, it ain't going to taste as good. Yeah, when it's long, it's going to taste better. So sometimes we're just so discouraged because we've seen in our eyes that we're supposed to be here at 32. When I was 18 years old, I said, when I was 32, I'm going to be the best.
Says who?
But I'm the one that said the same thing. I said, when I was 18, I used to tell people, I said, man, watch when I get to 20. Man. And then I got to 25, I said, am I the man yet? And then I got to 30, I'm like, well, watch when I'm 35, I'm going to be the man. And then now I'm at 45, and I'm like, watch when I get to 50. Watch when I get to 60. Watch when I get to 65. Watch when I get to 70. Watch when I get to 65, 80, 85. Bro, every day I'm here, I'm getting better. Every day I'm loving it. Every day I'm loving the journey. So give me more days because I'm taking them, I'm using them, I'm absorbing them. And I'm going to sprout them. I'm going to sprout a fucking garden.
So now you're embracing that compound interest,
Yes.
right? Now you're embracing it. Instead of racing against time, you're now playing with time.
Because-
now time and you are working
Because
together.
when you're racing against time, you're stressing yourself out.
Yeah.
Right? Why do you leave early? Say if we're going to get here at 12, why do you leave? You leave early. Why?
You don't want to be late.
Yeah. And the thing
And
is,
you don't want to be stressed.
You don't want people waiting on you.
Yeah, you don't want to be
Yes.
rushing over here, and then what happens? You crash
Right?
and shit.
Because anytime you're rushing,
yeah,
you're stressed.
yeah,
Think about it like the heart, right? Like that's why they say don't tense up, because if you tense up,
I'm gonna burst something.
you're gonna burst something, right? That's why they say with the pipes. If you think about it like this, think about the pipes. When the pipe is clogged, you may have burst, right? When the pipes are frozen, the pipes might explode. But when it's warm, the thing is flowing, you ain't gonna get no burst. But that same thing is trying to get through, but it has a way to get through. So when we talk about I'm gonna bring it to Little Thriving Solutions. The first thing is I say, let's clean the pipes. What are we doing? We gotta clean the pipes, because when we get the pipes flowing, everything that we absorb is gonna flow nicely through.
Mm-hmm.
But before, your pipes were jammed. You had gunk on it. It was blocked. And then you're wondering why the water keeps backing up. And the water's backing up, that's your actual fat. That's what it is. It's backing up. But watch when we open up these pipes. Damn, I can't. Man, I'm just losing weight. Yeah, because the pipes is opened up. In your life, you can't be too tight. You can't be constricted. You got to be loose. And as you become loose, you can flow. You're not stressed. Say if I'm going somewhere, I'm not stressed because you're flowing. When you're rapping, do you rap good when you're stressed out?
Hell no.
Everything that you gain is in a relaxed state of mind. That's what it is. Your ideas are going to come when it's relaxed. Your music's going to flow when you're relaxed. Your artwork is going to flow when it's relaxed. Your conversation is going to go when you're relaxed. You see a girl sometimes and they're so, I'm nervous. And you could feel it. So they won't relax. So go hard, but then relax. And then go hard and relax again.
Yeah, man, it's wild because the moment, let's say you're around a girl and you're tensing up, it's almost like a beacon, like, get away from me. Like, you're almost like, I ain't ready, because I ain't ready. I ain't accepting that this is my reality. The moment you let go, then the women come. It's so funny.
Yeah.
But I did want to talk about Jack, right? Because he just seen Jack.
Yes.
Right? And Jack, they gave him 15 days to live, right?
Yeah, they gave him 3 months.
Oh, 3 months to live, right?
Yep.
And then he was under pressure.
Yes.
And then he came up with this whole cannabis, plant medicine, vibe. And now he's been living for how long?
Yeah, so 3 months. They gave him 3 months.
Yeah.
And it's been 13 years later.
13 years later. They told him his shoulders were messed up.
Shoulders supposed to tore
Yeah.
2 shoulders, rotator cuffs.
Yeah.
He's supposed to have 2 knee replacements.
2.
2.
He's supposed to have.
He's supposed to have those.
Yeah.
They were supposed to take out some of his organs.
Yeah.
And when he went through this, they said, you need this, you need that. And then he went home. And he said, the good thing about it is it was 3-4 months before he would get to the doctor.
Yeah.
So it actually gave him time to actually implement something before they made a move.
Yeah.
Right? That's where the relaxation comes in, because when you get diagnosed with cancer, it's, I gotta get it done fast.
Yeah.
I gotta react.
And that kills you.
And that could kill you.
Easy.
So
Easily.
in times of most difficulty is the times that you need to relax the most, which is the hardest thing to do.
But in the pressure, he found the cure.
And the pressure.
Cure.
Yes. Yeah. So you need the pressure to make the diamond.
Yeah.
But guess what? You got to let it cool down.
Right.
Right? You got to let it cool down.
Yeah.
You can't grab it right from the heat and grab it and use it. No, we're going to put it under pressure, but we're going to let it relax and cool down.
So you're saying so they gave him 3 months, but 3 months was actually a good enough time for him because he was able to first, obviously, let the pressure build up and find a cure or find a new method, find plant medicine, that was where the pressure developed something great, but then he let the rest of the months cool him down,
Yes.
implement it.
Yes.
And by the time he got back to the doctor, he was already halfway. He's feeling better now.
He's feeling better. So sometimes the length is needed.
Yeah.
So there was a lady, the same thing. He told me a story about a lady today. He said she had like breast cancer, maybe stage 3, almost stage 4, whatever. He said he could see the tumor
Mm.
in her breast.
Mm.
Told her, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need fruits, vegetables, boom, boom, boom. Came back, doctor came back. He was supposed to take it out. Where is it? What happened?
Mm-hmm.
What happened was she redefined herself.
Mm.
Right? I'm gonna bring it back to that. You know where I was going with it, but right? She redefined herself.
Mm.
She is no longer the same individual, so she doesn't suffer the same disease.
I love it.
Right? Because when you change yourself, you change now the one variable.
Change the
Everybody wants to change the disease.
Yeah.
You gotta change you. You're the variable that needs to be changed.
Right.
And that variable that you change now, that disease can't stay with you. Because that disease wanted to latch onto your former self. And you had to shed your skin to be the new improved version, which is a redefining of you.
Now,
so I redefine my situation.
Wow.
I love that. Because that new environment, the cancer can't
grow.
Can't grow.
Right? If that cancer was growing in, say, whatever dirt it was, right? And we were talking about the seeds again. You always come back. Always come back. Don't worry. Right? So you got that seed. And say you got the seed of cancer. And you put it in dirt that it can be prosperous. What's going to grow? Now you put that same seed in dirt that it won't be prospering, it's going to die. You must kill yourself, not literally. Kill your former self, kill your ego, kill everything that's within you.
Mm-hmm.
That way you got more prosperous dirt. And then the seeds that you want planted will now grow.
Yeah. Yeah. You told me this one verse from the Bible when we first met, and how when you empty your house, make sure you add in the good things in, because it's that much easier for the devil to kind of take over. If I'm saying it correctly.
No, for sure.
Right? So even when you do eliminate, make sure you do add. You replace. Right.
I could take out a couch. I take out my old couch. But if I don't put a new one in, then I don't have a couch.
Mm-hmm.
I take one out. I take the bad and I put the good. I take the bad, put the good back in. Same thing. Well, you know what? Maybe you're a smoker. You take the smoking out, you add something else. Okay, I'm a drinker. You take the drinking out, now you add something else to replace it. Because there is a void. When you take something out, there is nothing there.
And that's where people fall back.
That's where people fall back. If you look at it, I'm going to compare it to a relationship. Someone breaks up, gets out of a bad relationship. They get rid of the old. But now there's a void for something that could be good or bad coming in.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So you can now replace that same thing with the same ass person that you got rid of. Right? Because there's still a void. That's why they be like, I need something to fill the void. Fill the void in.
Right.
Now, what are you filling it in?
Right. I feel empty.
I feel empty.
Yep.
Right?
I feel alone.
Right? So those are the common things that people say. I feel empty. I feel alone. Yeah. If we go into the lawn, we dig a hole.
Yeah. We're going to see a hole.
There's going to be a hole.
Yeah.
Now, in order to fill it, we got to put something back in it.
Right.
We can't just leave it there.
Right. Now it turns into a swamp.
Right? So, and exactly. So even if we left it there, guess what's going to happen? So now the rains are going to come and it's going to fill in anything it wants anyway.
Right.
So what you got to do is once you dig the hole and you empty it, you must fill it quickly because someone else is going to try to fill it in for you.
Right. It's just nature.
Bam.
It's nature.
It's just nature.
It's just like, and I'm on a roll right now. I'm thinking, right?
Damn right he is.
So in my head, I'm like this. For example, you have someone die in your life, right? Someone passes away. What do you feel? You feel the void.
Yeah.
That's what you feel. You feel the emptiness of not being there. So you're like, man, I miss that person. You must now feel, whether it's memories, habits, or whatever, to fill that void, because that's what you're losing.
Right.
You're
right.
losing that person. That piece of your heart is no longer there. And you got to now fill it with something good. And that's why sometimes people go worse or they get better.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they may now be feeling it because now that water was somewhat clean. Now you put something bad in it. Now the water is even worse.
Yeah.
Or you can dilute the water that was poison and add more water to it and now make it a little bit better. So it's about filling voids. When you lose someone, the void is there. Man, I missed them. Man, no one's going to come. I remember the relationship. I remember our friendship. I remember what we used to do. I remember all these things.
Easy to get stuck there.
And it's hard to get out of there, man.
Yeah.
So it's like you got to fill back the hole, man. You know, this happened to you. All the things that happened to me took a piece of my heart.
You have to redefine yourself.
It did. I took a piece of my heart every single time. But it's my job now to fill it back up.
Yeah.
And it might be me losing, Drew here, I know, he lost one of his children, whatever. And now it's up to you as a person to search out someone like you. And now you be their rock. Because you're going to feel that that is your void feeling. Because it's going to help both of you guys. It's going to help you trying to heal someone else. And it's going to help them learn about what healing is. Yeah. And then now you're becoming a gang. Now you went from one individual hurting and now one individual healing to, instead of being two individuals hurt, being alone. It's about coming together, redefining yourself and saying, okay, you know what? My son, my daughter, my cousin, my uncle, my whatever, because, it's on my heart right now because my uncle had passed away. So it's finding that void, finding someone like you, saying, okay, you know what? I experienced this. We're gonna get through it together.
Brings you a sense of peace, a sense of comfort. And these are things that you got to fill your hole with instead of alcohol and whatever.
No, because it can be so easy to go that route, right? To go that escape route. Like, even if you lose somebody, you might want to pick up a gym membership. Like, do something, because you're naturally going to have that void, and it's going to be a gravitational pull towards filling that void with negative things easily because you feel like something wrong happened, something bad happened, and you just want to let go of the pain, so you'll reach for anything.
Yeah. And that's the most dangerous, man. When you're the most hurt, you're most vulnerable.
Yeah.
Because you're just searching and looking for someone to help you fill the void, and it may not be the right person. Yeah. It might be not the right situation. So be mindful of that. When you're talking about redefining, it's never defined. So it's funny like that. It's like you're
multiple ways.
But it's never defined. Because the next
day... It's never set in concrete.
Yeah, the next day you'll be redefining again.
Yeah.
And then the following day you'll refine it again.
No, there's a book, and Stephen Pressfield, and he talks about, like, the same guy that said the hardest part for a writer is sit down and write. He said every day it's a battle, right? Every day you have to beat the battle of resistance. Like, you're obviously you'll hit momentum, right? And Jay also says, like, when you eat some sugar, you're gonna feel like you wanted some more sugar, right? But it doesn't matter. You might still come across sugar and want some, but it's still the battle to be like, no, because I know where where
it goes.
Yeah, exactly.
Just to point out, when you're having fun, that's where the results come. People put all this pressure and they think about all these things, but it's like, when I leveled up the most in my life, I was actually enjoying myself. And we're talking about the moment where you're struggling and you're just suffering in the gym, for example, but you're actually happy at the core. You're enjoying yourself. I got the most of those workouts. I got the most results. I had the best time. I was glowing enough for people to come and approach me, and then I get to kind of get to know them too. Like, there's a guy in the gym there. He inspires me greatly just by his presence. And that kind of reminds me of when I came back to the gym after I got jumped. I added the value to the gym. The people were excited that I was back. Although I couldn't do what I could before. I was weaker. I was different. But all of them around me, they're killing it because I was standing there. And that's what tells, we got to learn to enjoy the moment that we're in. We have to realize that it might suck for you psychologically, but that is a feeling, and we can't just give into our feelings. When it comes to redefining, make sure you're having fun with everything you're doing. Because if you're not, then maybe your issue is you need to do something different so that you can get back on the track of fun. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man. Life. It's almost funny to me. Going through what I went through, and it's like, bro, I could have been dead. At any given moment, I could have been dead. So this is like this is extra. It's gravy.
Mm,
But I'm gonna get some gravy, right? Because I'm like, the things that we were stressing about before, it's like, this is nothing.
right.
Oh man, I don't know what I'm gonna eat. People stress over that. It's like, come on, man. Man, I didn't cook no food today, man.
Life is way harder than that.
Come on, man. But it's like the reason why a lot of people laugh because it's better than crying. And then when you laugh, you realize, what am I crying about? Because what I'm crying about is really nothing, right? We can't get caught up in thinking we put pressure on our own self. I don't want to feel the pressure. You're doing it to yourself. How is life a pressure? Go with it. Life is fun. Life is enjoyable. Life is about experiences. Life, we understand we're going to have highs and we're going to have lows. But when you start embracing the highs, and as much as you embrace the lows, you start embracing them all, you actually laughing when you're low because you don't realize you are low. You think you're high. And when you're high, you're not too high. You're excited about that.
Mm.
It's about perspective. Am I broke or am I rich? In my heart, I'm rich, so then I'm rich. If you're broke in your heart, then you're broke. So whatever you think it is, that's what it is. If you think, oh, I have a great friendship, well, you probably have some good ones. If you think you got bad friendships, you probably got those too. Like they say, as a man thinketh
Mhm.
is what a man is. But why do we keep thinking that everything's so bad out here? There's conspiracies, there's this, they're going to try to get. Man, you're going to stress yourself out. You're going to kill yourself because you're so stressed on what you think may be coming.
Mm.
You're going to kill yourself. If I could put a seed in your head that something is coming, even if it doesn't come, you'll stress yourself out and you'll be dead before it even arrives.
See, I'm aware of things that are happening, but I don't let them consume me. And that's exactly what he's trying to say.
Exactly, right? Because it's like we're not supposed to walk around with our eyes closed.
Yeah.
But we can't be so damn scared that we can't even walk.
Yeah. We dim our own light because of some external shit.
Because that can paralyze you.
Yeah.
Not only that, when the time comes and that shit does go down, and you're wasting all your energy on that,
Mhm.
when you could have been getting stronger, could have been getting better, and better position yourself to be able to react properly when it does come.
I can
So-
stress myself out about an opponent.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna play. Someone who's gonna fight. You gotta fight 4 months, you're gonna stress yourself, and then you don't do anything.
Mhm.
Then you get your ass knocked out. Or you can prepare for the thing that you're going to face. Everything right now is preparation. When I'm going to the gym, why are you going? Because I'm preparing for I don't know what. Because I'm gonna be strong enough that if something does knock me down, and I'm not stupid to think everything's gonna be roses, I'm gonna get the fuck up. I'm gonna get the fuck up. I'm not gonna fucking lay down here because I've been preparing for this shit. You better prepare yourself in life. Prepare yourself. Okay, you know what? I'm having heart troubles. Well, what the fuck you doing? You're not doing anything.
Yeah.
You're doing everything to make you lose the fight. But this is how you're dealing with your stress. Well, someone else died when they were 50 years old and they were my father and this and this and this and that. Well, you better do something different. Because if you're going down the same path that he's walking, I'm telling you right now, you're going to get maybe one more step farther than his. You better blaze your own path because that path is not working. So everything is preparation. If you're listening to it, if you're doing a podcast, you're listening to stuff just during the week and it's just absorbing. And now you might spit it on the mic. You don't know where it came from because you were already absorbing. What you do daily is how your life is going to be determined. If you do nothing, I'm sorry to say, nothing's going to grow. Nothing's going to be prosperous. When you see the other guy, he's building the house, you see him, he's building his house, he's doing this, and you're laughing because you're like, man, he's working so hard. Ha, 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 ha. And then next thing you know, 2 years later, he got a house and you got nothing. You're living in a damn cardboard box. And then you're wondering, then you're saying, well, life ain't fair.
It is.
No,
fair.
it is fair. You didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
start producing,
Yeah.
you're going to get some production.
Yeah. Because there's so many things you can control. Right?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? There's so many things you can control. People think it's, you know, like a downhill battle, like an uphill battle, right? That you
Exactly.
have to always be fighting against something. That life isn't fair, but for the most part, if you control the things you can control, you're gonna see a major difference.
Exactly. But sometimes something popped in my brain again. I seen the shirt. Sometimes you're climbing up the hill, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you should have been going down. So you're thinking the prize is at the top, but maybe the prize was at the bottom. So you're fighting against gravity. Bro, I'm not fighting against anything.
Mhm.
I'm not fighting against anything because I know what's mine is supposed to be easy. It's supposed to come easy. If it's coming really hard, I'm probably not aligned.
Mhm.
Right? I'm going down the wrong path. Like I could have got to your house multiple ways. But if I didn't take the street, then I would have been in the grass. I'd have been crashing into houses. But I'm trying to get there. Bro, you're going the wrong way. You know, I understand the fight. I understand what
You got
you're
the passion.
You got the passion. But stay on the fucking road. Stay on the road,
it's gonna
man.
be better for everybody. You're gonna get there faster. It's gonna be smoother.
Yes.
Nah, for real. Sometimes all you gotta do is move a little to the left.
That's it.
People, it's funny. We see people all the time. They try to make their own path, and it's like they're forcing their way through a place that they're creating. But everyone sees that it's, buddy, you're about to drive into a fucking a building. Like,
you know, and like this is all like leading me towards the intuition as well, and because your path is not anyone else's path, but you're gonna have to operate using your intuition, so you even learn yourself, and you'll get there, right? And you'll make mistakes. You're gonna fall down. That's a part of the game. You're gonna fall down. You're gonna crash, but get back up. Learn from yourself. Learn from your past mistakes. Learn from others. Don't compare yourself to other people's journey because they're not you. You're not them. Deploy patience, and one step at a time, you're gonna get up the mountain or down the mountain,
about
whatever
this.
you want to do.
And I'll give you guys one more thing to think about, right? You're driving. There's 5 lanes. Or you're driving in 1 lane. That's life. 5 lanes compared to 1. 1 lane, you're in somebody else's. No matter how fast you want to go, you can't get further because you got to wait on the person who's fronting you. But when you got 5 lanes, you can weave it in and out of it. Nothing will stop you. There could be 4 people in each lane, but you're like, all right, boom, I'm gonna get in this lane.
Mm.
And then now they might go in that lane. Now you switch into another lane. So there's certain situations where you're gonna have to flip lanes. Like that's why when you're driving a car, you have a turning signal. Okay, you know what? This is packed. Let me get over here. If you're going in a lane where everybody's at, you're gonna wonder why you can't get in front of them. Because there's only 1 lane. Use all the lanes to your advantage. Use all the rules. Use everything that's in your bag.
Yeah.
And you're dangerous, man.
And sometimes you gotta think outside the box. You ever been on the highway and it's like just cramped? Then you see a guy on a motorcycle just zooming through, like just using the shoulder. You know what I mean? The hard shoulder. He just, damn, I should have thought of that shit.
Every driver's just wishing to be him.
He's just breaking the rules. Like, you know what I mean? Think outside the box sometimes.
Think outside the box.
Yeah.
One last one. Right?
Or is it?
I'm thinking about the traffic, right?
Right.
Okay. Now that you brought up the traffic. There's a traffic jam. Everybody's on this damn road. You can't get nowhere. We can't get anywhere. You're in a vehicle. You need to get to a certain spot at a certain time. You start thinking, man, how can I get there? The shoulder's filled. The lanes are filled. Damn, I can't get anywhere. You realize that you had a bike in the trunk. So you take the bike out of the trunk, then you start pedaling past the people that were in the cars. So even if a person had a Ferrari, Lamborghini, you're passing them up, and they're like, damn, how the hell you get up there? Because I ain't thinking like, thinking different. If I thought like you, I would try to get my car through there. But I know sometimes it takes to me to be a little bit nearer
Play with the rules, man.
to get where I need to get to.
Right,
No one
right.
said that I couldn't do that either.
Right.
No one said that.
I'm just gonna call him a helicopter dude. You know what I'm saying? He's coming down.
But your helicopter dude can't land. That's the problem.
He can
hover.
He can hover, but yo,
he just throws a rope and I just doing some Mission
and,
Impossible shit.
and that's when that's why they say that's why they say we're gonna go about being adaptable.
Yeah.
That's where it plays a part in.
Right.
And then it goes back to playing a part where it says you need more than one tool in the toolbox.
Yeah.
It can't be one dimensional. If I'm building a house, I can't just have a hammer. I got to have more tools. So in life, as you gather more tools, you have ability to now implement them more.
Yeah.
By using the tools. So when you're on that car, you're on that freeway and it's packed. And say if you're like, you know what, say if you're with somebody, your friend, you're like, you know, bro, I got to get there quickly. I just see it right here. I got to get there in 10 minutes. So, man, we ain't going to get there. We're going to get there in an hour. I said, you know what, you going to go into the driver's seat. I'm going to get that bike and I'm gone, brother.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to be like, how'd you get here? Because I thought outside the box.
Mm-hmm.
Never think inside the box.
Yeah.
Never play by the rules that are defined for you. Change them. When they say you can't play the game, but change the way you play the game.
I love it.
Like how you guys brought up the highway. You ever been on the QEW?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a super highway.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in the passing lane, far left, and we needed to get on the off ramp for Niagara Falls on the far right.
Mm-hmm.
So good luck, right? With all the traffic. So here's the thing. We had a car full of people, 3 people trying to navigate, trying to tell me where to go, but I'm the driver. And remember, the driver is the most important part of the whole damn thing, because if the driver makes the wrong decision, everyone's done. So here's the thing. When it comes to redefining ourselves, we got to remember to stay focused, and we got to remember that we are the driver. So that day, they're all yelling, you know, oh, you got to go here. What are you doing? Blah, blah. If I listened to all of that, I probably would have just missed that on ramp and got frustrated. And it would have been a longer journey for nothing, wasted our time, our money. We would have been late to the motel, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So here's the thing. By tuning all of them out in a small space right next to me, got yelling kids, got all this stuff, I just looked in my mirrors and I focused on my actions and my decisions. And by doing that, not only did I get over to the on-ramp, but I saved us like about an hour. So the point is, think of life. And when we have a goal when it comes to redefining ourselves, whatever it is, no matter what anybody's saying or trying to tell you to do, you got to remember that you are the fucking driver. Mm-hmm. You are the one that makes these decisions. And ultimately, you are the one that could crash. So if you don't want to crash, what do you got to do? Check your mirrors, learn your skills, make sure you're accelerating right, make sure you're slowing down when you're supposed to, and make sure you're avoiding obstacles in front of you.
No doubt. And that's why, if you think about it, why does a car have a brake and has a pedal?
Bam.
You need both.
You know, you need them both. There's time to brake and there's time to accelerate. That's just like in life. There's time to turn. There's time to, you know, like there's different things, right?
Yeah.
There's contracts.
Yeah.
Because if it didn't have a brake, we'd be in trouble.
That's
if it didn't have a pedal,
right,
we'd be in trouble.
Right.
You need them. You need them all.
Yeah.
That's how you redefine yourself.
That's beautiful.
You work, you drive hard, but then you hit the brake.
Right.
And sometimes you're going to be in cruise control. So if we look at a vehicle tell you everything about life. Nature tell you about life, but you got to have your eyes open.
Yep.
Right.
When you're in that vehicle, you got a mirror. And they always say, why is in the mirror that you're looking backwards is always smaller than the front? Because that's the past. It don't mean nothing.
Kill that.
It don't.
He killed that shit.
I don't know why I got excited.
He killed that shit.
It don't mean nothing.
Nah, for real.
Right? So we so focused on the little mirror. We so focused on what's small.
Oh my God.
Focus what's on big. What's big.
Man.
I gotta give you that one.
Amazing. Well, guys, we've been doing this for 5 weeks now.
We're only getting better.
We're only getting better. Yep. And today was, redefining yourself.
And I'm pretty sure we only answered one question today.
And you know what I mean? That's how we're gonna go from now on. You know what I mean? We're making it more of a discussion and less of a question answer, right? But I appreciate everyone for tuning in. We'll be back next week.
Peace.
Peace.
Love y'all.